A warm welcome to you all on behalf of myself, Clyde Tilsley, and the one and only Andy Gray. Good to have you with us today.
It's wonderful to be here, Clyde.
This game is officially a friendly, but looking at the strength of the teams, I think that's a misnomer. This one matters, don't you worry?
Yeah, you better believe it, because it wouldn't have picked us such strong teams.
Formation, Trevor, what does that tell you?
He wants to take them on if he can. Solid tackle. He's down the line. Trying to find a way through. Problems here if he can get across it. It's dangerous, but they managed to deal with it. Oh, he just didn't quite catch it as he hoped.
Oh, this is super effort. He's only just missed.
He has hit the target there. Both teams just looking to break play up whenever they can. Hughes is probably well there. Going to get through. Oh, that is good defending. Had to get the ball there, and he did. Cleared away from the penalty area. That's a free kick. Give him back to the keeper. Pass was telegraphed, really. Clever little ball inside. Important tackle. Pass back into his own area there. Oh, he's lost it. There were possibilities there. He's made the ball his. There's a good tackle, but he's gone down. I think he fell awkwardly. That was real authority now. So hungry for the ball at the moment. He's won it well. Now what's on here? Oh, he got that tackle all wrong. He's escaped his man. Solid challenge. Half time is just around the corner now, and we are yet to see a goal in this game. He's escaped his man. He's still going. Leads the right cross. We wanted that a bit more than the attacker. The end of the first 45 minutes. Well, it's time for the managers to have their say in the dressing room, and time for Andy Gray to have his say too. Tell us about the half.
Possession suggests that this game should be all over, but the scoreline tells us something different.
The first 45 minutes ends with the score 0-0. That'll be a free kick. The referee took a dim view of the challenge. They've got a chance here. Certainly within range. Swung it in. They put the ball too close to the goalkeeper. It was easy for him. He went right through him there. That's a heavy tackle. Looks to me like a yellow card, and that's what it is.
Yeah, yellow card. No arguments. Well, it is the goalkeeper's responsibility.
Just a fraction too high.
Oh, that was close. Very, very close.
Clever stuff. Breaks up the attack. Holding the ball up well here. Classy defending. Going to try and keep the ball here. They've got to try and make the most of this opportunity. Down on his chest, looking for goal. What a save! Didn't just stop it, he hung on to it too.
Oh, Clyde, that was a fine effort, but what a save!
Did read that well, didn't he? Put the ball back. And the ball passed back to the keeper. I'm trying to remember when I last saw a match like this or a scoreline like this. 5-5. Intercepted, saw that coming. They weren't falling for that one. How many passes did they put together here? Defender reacted quicker. Let's put the ball out there. No way through there. Always looking for space, always looking for a pass. Holding off the defender. Making it his head. It's on the wrong side of the post.
Well, I think he opted for power, just power alone. Maybe should have taken a little bit more time to control the speed.
Still their level. Threatening again. Coming at them from all angles here. He's got it away. So let's see what happens with this corner. Really good corner. Fancies his chances.
What a chance. But what a save by the keeper.
It's not well held. Always a chance a player will be waiting for a rebound. Past the defender. Now can he get through? That's it. It's all over. Nothing can separate the two sides of the day. It's on as even in this one.
Well, I don't think either manager could argue that they deserve to win the game. I certainly could.
Andy, it's been fun working with you as always. Hope you've all enjoyed it. We can't wait for the next one. We'll see you then. It's been a match that Andy and I will be talking about all the way home. From all of us here at EA Sports, thanks for watching. Till next time, bye-bye. To another headline football occasion here. It's good to have you all on board. I'm your commentator, Clive Tilsley. Andy Gray is holding the microphone next to mine. A warm welcome to you all on behalf of myself, Clive Tilsley, and the one and only Andy Gray. Good to have you with us today.
It's wonderful to be here, Clive.
Thank you.
Well, he caught him, and that would be a free kick.
That's an excellent interception.
Promising. Oh, it's a good position this goal to want a shoot opportunity.
Tacking down the flats now. Read it well and made the tackle. Pass back to the keeper. He's got into position to cross it. It's a waste of possession. Nice combination. And they will get a goal kick. There's a real threat about their attacking play at present. Goes for goal! They've worked too hard to win the ball and give it away so cheaply. Oh, can he get a shot in? Might float it in here. Going across. Did really well to win it there. Referee stopped it. Free kick given for that tackle. Using his strength there. Trying to get in behind the defenders. Used his chest to control that. What's a try? Oh, what a chance this is! Out for a goal kick, I'm afraid. Under real authority now. Just shield it well. They've got to close it down here. It's it! Oh yes, it's there! 1-0. It's taken a while, but it has been coming.
Oh, that went right out the top drawer.
It was such a good run, and he's always capable of something like that. They've got a lead to defend now, so they can protect.
And they now have the lead. The one question is, can they keep it or even extend it? Oh, he's caught it beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. Oh, he's got no chance.
This is a game that could be talking about for years to come. He's still going. It's a clear chance. It's gone the wrong side of the post.
Well, I think he opted for power, just power alone. And maybe should have taken a little bit more time to control the speed.
It was a chance to equalise, but he did begin to make the most of it.
Well, that could have been a good goal, you're absolutely right. Where do they go from here?
And the ball passed back to the keeper. Brings it down. Pass back to the keeper.
try his luck. He's made a right mess of that. It was well wide. Well, I have to say I didn't expect anything else but a poor finish there. Well, after doing so well, beating the defence, he'll be disappointed he hasn't hit the target.
Save, didn't just stop it, he hung on to it too.
Oh, Clyde, that was a fine effort, but what a save.
Shivering tackle.
Trying to give their opponents a full examination by switching play.
He won the ball cleanly. So the first half comes to an end. The players are off to hear from their managers. We can hear from Andy Gray. What's your team talk?
Well, if I said it once, I'll say it again. It's not the chances you create, it's the chances you take that matters in this game. And that's the difference.
And at the halfway stage, the score is 1-0. What does the second half have in store for us? We're about to find out. The managers have had their say. We'll soon see if they've changed anything. Held in. Turning out of trouble. The scoreline now. Kept his eye on the ball and won it well.
See, that's good defending, he anticipated it well.
Important tackle.
this quality. You have to do better than that.
Given away. Must have a shot. Claimed by the keeper. Shot in. Managed to get it away. Last few minutes now and it could hardly be closer. Control that well. Targeted goal. Got to try and work the goalkeeper. That was nowhere near it.
I don't know why he took it on in the first place, if I'm totally honest. He was never in the right position to take that shot on.
Substitutions in now.
Well, it's good to see the manager taking a chance by bringing on an extra striker.
Nicely done. He really got stuck in there, won it well. Not short of options here, quite a few up. Play a little ball inside. Two options there. I think he chose the right one. Defender did what he had to do, cleared the danger. They're leaving men forward from the back for this corner. It wasn't pretty, but they've got it away. That'll be a throw. They're in a good position here. Ooh, he got that tackle all wrong. Looks to me like a yellow card, and that's what it is.
Yeah, yellow card. No arguments.
Now, what can they make of this? Who's there? And they clear the ball away. The referee blows! That's what they wanted. If you'd offered the manager a win at kick-off time, he'd have taken it, no questions asked. It's all about results.
Well, there's a simple fact about today's game, you know, and it's take the chances. They did that.
Time for us to go now. We'll be back with you very soon. Till then, take care. Andy, thanks for your opinions today. We'll see you again for your team's next important match. Enjoy the game. I'll be following the action for you. I'm Clyde Tilsley. Andy Gray will be following me. Thank you for joining us again. My name's Clyde Tilsley. I'm here with the inimitable Mr. Andy Gray. You all know what we're here for. such a good run, and he's always capable of something like that.
They've got a lead to defend now, something to protect. And they now have the lead. The one question is, can the keeper even extend it? Oh, the keeper could only watch that go past him just inside the right post.
They've got their noses in front there, something to defend. Just swarming forward, look at them. Good tackle now, who's available? Space for the cross. Referee points to the flag, it's going to be a corner. Here comes the ball into the box. Well, that's not good defending. Wide of the mark, but it'll keep the goalkeeper on his toes.
You know, sometimes you need to try and be patient, find a little bit more space before you take the shot. I think he took it a little too early.
Needs to pick somebody out. It was dangerous, but they managed to deal with it. Now possibilities here. He's got a chance.
Great header, super defending.
Ball intercepted, and that's the end of that attack. He really got stuck in there, won it well. Had to have a go there. Should have done better, really.
Well, when you get there, you have to work the goalkeeper.
I think the keeper probably had it covered anyway. Keep the pressure on. He read that well, didn't he? Man on the ball has got plenty of support. On the ball cleanly. Watch him go, he's so good on the ball. Oh, look at this, he's through. And yes, he's lost his man here. He's made the ball his. A real threat here. Boy, he's immediately under control. Will he score? And he's there! Oh, what a difference that's made! Such a crucial goal! It was superbly taken.
Top draw play. That sets us up for a fantastic finish.
That goal has changed the whole complexion of this game. The keeper was definitely called for the goal.
Well, I'll tell you what, the keeper thinks he's made a great save. The striker's just hammered at the rebound. Oh, what do we have in our hands now? What a time to find a goal. This surely changes everything.
Hectic rise on this for the sake of the goal, just keep on coming. They've got to try and make the most of this opportunity. Played in, ready to safety.
They're dominating midfield, they're dictating the play.
Instant control. Now, can they get across it? Anywhere will do. Out it goes, it's a corner. at all there.
You know, when you don't get yourself in the right position, a chance is never easy. There's a classic example there.
The ball was inaccurate. Snappy passing. Oh, look at that! Oh, that could turn the game!
Oh, that's just an unbelievable hit. Keeper didn't stand a chance.
Goals change games, we've heard it said before. How much that goal has changed this game remains to be seen. Expertly finished, he never looked like missing.
Well, it's wonderful build-up leading to that goal. Fantastic finish as well.
It's a goal that's given him a bit of breathing space, 2-0 here. Trying to find a way through. Working the ball well. They've stolen the ball back. The end of the first 45 minutes. What are the main talking points for you, Andy?
Well, we say possession wins you games. It's not at the moment.
It's a tight game. It's 2-1 at half-time. Ready to go again, are we? Yes, we're underway. What does the second half have in store for us? We're about to find out. This is a match that we'll be talking about for some time to come. 5-5 the scoreline now. Shoots! It's there! Goal! Timely equaliser! What a good goal that was! He made a great run to get himself there, and he put it away in style. He set two opportunities.
Don't go anywhere, folks. This game is getting interesting. What an equaliser that was.
Now we've got a game on our hands. It's a game that really could go either way. You just wouldn't know now.
I love to see that. The defender thinks he's gone, but his first touch was so good.
Here he starts. It's 2-1. He's still going. They've got to try and make the most of this opportunity. Did well to pick him out there. And they've got it away for the moment. Headed away. Cannon blast! There's a bit of a miss here, and he knows it.
Well, you can't waste chances like that, especially as I don't know how many they're going to get.
You can see their frustration. They would have been in front if that had gone in.
Well, that was just trapped, and he just made a mess of it.
Well, that's a good ball. Back to the keeper. Will he shoot? Sees it away. Trying to get the most of the wings. stretch the cover. Trying to get the most of the wings. Angled in. Good header. Well held by the keeper. Couldn't afford to spill it.
Oh, he's held on to that so well.
Pass back to the keeper. Didn't read that well, didn't he? Good tackle now. Who's available? How many passes have they put together here? Now, can he take the chance? That's good keeping. Well held by the keeper.
Oh, he's held on to that really well.
Trying their luck down the wing. And that's offside, says the referee. Needs to deliver the right ball. That's the key to good passing, good movement off the ball. Ball offside, there's a lot of room behind the defence.
Oh, I tell you what, there's not much in that.
So one substitution apiece, two new faces.
That's what a manager has to do, you know. He has to assess who's tired and who's not. He obviously feels this player is.
Forward tackle. Trying to make the most of the wings. Found across. Walking for the goalkeeper. He was under some pressure there. Wasn't about to let him past. Just a minute of stoppage time to add on. Threatening again. Cleared. There's the whistle! There goes the referee's whistle. It is a draw. They finish as they started. You couldn't choose between them today.
I don't think anyone's surprised at that result. Two well-matched teams. This is not a surprise to anyone.
Andy, thanks for your opinions today. We'll see you again for your team's next important match. Thank you for your help today, Andy, and thanks to all of you at home for tuning in. Tilsley and the one and only Andy Gray. Good to have you with us today.
Wonderful to be here, Brian.
This game is officially a friendly, but looking at the strength of the teams, I think that's a misnomer. This one matters, don't you worry?
Yeah, you better believe it, because they wouldn't have picked such strong teams. The least said about that attempt, the better, I think. Well, it's a gift, an absolute gift. Clean through, goalkeeper at his mercy. Somehow he's missed it. The referee's not going to stop him for that. He's made the ball his. Had to get the ball there, and he did. Now what are they going to make of this? Did really well to win it there. Doesn't seem to be any rush here. That was a coming together all a little bit untidy. It's a free kick. Well, this is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for them to get a shot on target. Holding off the defender. Pressure's just building and building. In safekeeping. Totally a mark. Is this his chance? The defender was able to get a block on it in the end. And they've won a corner. What can they make of this? It wasn't pretty, but they've got it away. The defence is stretched, they're just happy to get it away. Read it well and made the tackle. No confidence about their play at the moment. You can't afford to let this man run at you. Good ball. And that would be offside, but it was also a warning. They gave him a lot of space there. Well, that's a good decision, linesman. It was close, but you got it right. He's offside. And he played in. He swung it in. It wasn't pretty, but they got it away. That's a foul. Free kick given. That's a foul. Free kick given. Going clean through there too. Well, the defence held a pretty good line there, and he's just offside. That's a poor ball. Pass has been picked up too easily. Loses it. certainly one he wants to forget.
Now, what can he do here?
Giving them plenty to worry about here.
Is it a chance? It's a good stop. I can think of a lot of goalkeepers that would have held on to that. He caught hold of that one, but hard time then. Andy Gray has been gathering his thoughts during that first half. What did you make of it?
Well, there's been nothing between these sides. Piece of magic, maybe that's what will settle it.
Half-time arrives with the scores level at 0-0. Here we go then. What does the second half have in store for us? We're about to find out. They've got to try and make the most of this opportunity. Oh, the defender got in the way. I think it's a corner. Indeed it is. Who could reach it? Cleared away, out of the box. He never looked like he was going to get the ball with that challenge. That's a caution. He'll have to watch his step from here on in.
Well, he's going to have to watch himself for the rest of this game.
Got away from the marker, looking to provide some width. Coming in now. Picked out the right pass there. Angled in. They are being put under some pressure. Target there. Turn the defender. Clearance out of the box. What a save! Didn't just stop it, he hung on to it too.
Was a clean effort. What a save.
Well done. He's looking around for support now. And a free kick given by the referee. Referee just having a word with him. It was this time rather than reckless. So the manager bringing on two fresh faces here.
That's what a manager has to do. He has to assess who's tired and who's not. He obviously feels this player is.
Oh, that is good defending. Watch him go here, so good on the ball. Not found anyone with that pass. Passes they put together here. Anywhere will do. He just wanted to get that out for a throw. Needs to pick somebody out.
There's a chance to put some pressure on from this throw.
Managed to get it away. Well won. He's looking around for support now. See what he can do out wide here. Has to try and cross it here. Can they get to it? There's a little flick across the face of goal, but none of his teammates read it. Bearing down on the penalty area. That pass has been picked up too easily. You can get in behind them here. Now to be some time to add on. Only a minute. He's got the ball back, now he's looking for a teammate. He's dispossessed him. Now they can break. Now can he shoot? Off the upright. Opening here. The referee blows. Full time. And that was as good as they could have possibly hoped for at the start of the night. An excellent result. Andy, thanks for all your expertise. We'll see you again at the next game. All the best. Nothing more certain, there will be another game soon. Andy and I will see you there.
Gerson hoists it forward. He's found his man. Undermere! Big moment! Massive goal! Played out to the right. Roberto! What a rocket! That is special!
Got that into a dangerous area.